Hi, this is Vikas Rajpurohit. In this video, we are going to solve our next SQL query for our project GoodCabs analysis. So this is the fourth query. In this query, it is asked that we need to find peak and low months by city. We need to get by city, so we just need to group by this. And what all the other information we need to find. For each city, identify the month with the highest total trips, that is peak demand, and the month with the lowest total trips, that is low demand. So we need to again get highest total trips and the lowest total trips. So again we need to use rank function. We will use rank function, Windows function, SQL Windows function. Apart from this, what other information we need to get? This analysis will help GoodCabs understand seasonal pattern and adjust resources accordingly. Okay, so let's start write our query. So in this, what all the information we need city. So city name, we already know that this information is present in this city, dim city. So let me just run this. So city ID and city name, we need this name, and with this name we also need highest total trips. We need total trips count. So we already know that this information is present in this fact trips. So this is the trip ID, unique trip ID. We just need to calculate the total trips. We just need to get the count of the total trips. And at what condition we need to find? It is that mentioned that need to get month with the highest total trips. We also need to get the month from this table. Dim date. In dim date, we see that in date it is mentioned that date, it is month, day, and year. Also we have another columns like start of the month. It is starting from 1 only, and month name January, and day type, this is the weekend day type, and we will use this column only. We can also take this column month name in this from this table, but we will go with this date. We will extract month from this date. Okay, so let's start our query. We have already merged our this dim city and fact trips in the previous query as well, so I will just copy paste this only. Let me just copy paste this, and I will just modify this query again. Okay, let me just fix the formatting. And okay, we need city name. We will get city name from c.city, from dim city. And apart from this, we are just joining on this table, fact table, on city ID, which is common in both. We have given this alias for fact trips t, and from t, what all the information we need this trip ID only. I will just copy this field name and just write here. So in trip ID, I will just give this name as okay. So here we just need to count this, and for this I will just give name as total trips. Okay, we are using this with the group by, so we just need to use the aggregate function for this. So I will just use count aggregate function here, and it will just count the total trips. But also we need to count by month. We do not need these columns here. I will just remove this. We need to get month, and month is present in the different table. So from this I will check where is the month. Okay, and if I check in trips, trip also there is a date column, so we do not just need to get this from here. We already have this information in this table only, date. So I will just get this from date only. So I will again write t dot what column we need, that is date. I will just write date as months. Month is also a keyword in the SQL, so that is why it is highlighting. So just to differentiate that, I will just write months. But in date, it is not going to extract month. We need to extract the months from this. So for that, we have a formula, or we can say keyword, to extract months from the date. So that is months keyword only. So I will just write month and give this name as, alias name as months. Okay, so we already got city name, months, and count total trips from this. We do not need to give here comma. And let me just run. We are not going to use this. We are just going to group by this city name as well as months. Since we are using we are grouping by city name, if we are not going to group by this, then this is going to create an error, because we know that whatever the column we are using with group by, we need to use the same column with the select statement. We are already using select statement. Apart from this column, if we are using with the this select statement, so we need to use aggregate function. So for the total trips, we are already using aggregate function count, so this is not going to give any problem. But for the month, this is not an aggregate function, so we will just group by this also. And let me just quick run this query. And always it is a good practice that you write and run your query. You will get idea that what is happening in your query. So okay, so we already got city name and months and total trips. If I just let me just expand this, and okay, we see we have only 6 months only, 1 2 3 4 5 only. So after all the 6 months, it is again repeating. So it is fine. After that, what all the information we need to get? We need to get for each city, we need to identify month with the total highest. We need to get highest peak demand and the lowest low demand. So I will just write this. I will just write this in a city. Like I will just give this name, simple name. So what we are calculating? We are just calculating trips. So I will just say I will give name trips by months as, and let me just quick fix the formatting. This is the formatting, and again I'm going to write next table for peak demand and the low demand. So we know that whenever we are writing or we need to get multiple tables, we are writing query to get tables, multiple tables in CT. We do not need to use with again and again. I can simply start writing next table by just giving by ending this query with the comma and starting new query with the table name demand rank. So we will assign rank to this. So I will just use name as demand rank, and I will just start writing our query. So I will just select from which table we need information now. Now we need information from months. From months, what all the information we need? First, we need city name, months, and total trips. All three information we need. So I will just write these here only. We need city name. After that, we need months. After this, we need total trips. I will write as it is. Okay, so now here main query starts. So this is the main learning in this question only. So here how we are going to get peak demand and low demand. So I will just write a rank function, Windows function. So this is going to give rank to each row. It is going to give assign a rank to each row, and we already know that if there is a similar value, then it is going to assign same rank to these value, and after that it is going to skip the rank. So we need to we are going to give rank over. At what condition we are going to give this? So we need to get for each city. So it is mentioned that we need to find out the highest and lowest peak and low demand for each city. So I will have to group by, or I will just say, okay, I need to partition by city name. I will just write this city name. So how it is going to work? So let me just show you previous query example. So here I have already written this query. So in this, like we have, so in this we have this name month. So uh, after assigning, like we have data for this month, so after assigning rank to this city, um, it is going to partition this by city names. After completing rank for this, it is again going to start from 1. So here these are the months only, but it is going to assign rank only to in this format. And after partition by city, what other information we need to get, or how we are going to get the peak highest peak demand and low demand, like highest trips, highest total trips, and the lowest trip. So we are simply going to order it by what we have this total trips. We are going to order by total trips, and by default it is ascending. So we are going to just write by in descending. Okay, so this is wrong, and we are simply giving this name as peak demand. Okay, in the same manner we are going to write our rank function, Windows function, for the lowest low demand, peak demand, and next one is the low demand. So in low demand, simply we know that we are just going to give this ascending, or by default this is ascending only. Okay, so now we have got these two tables. So let me just quick run this query and get idea that what is happening in this query, or what output we are getting. So I will just select all from this demand rank. So how it is going to assign the rank? So I will just run this, and here I got low demand and peak demand. If I see here, it is assigning rank 1 to this Chandigarh. If let me just by Chandigarh, if I so in this, if we see that this is the highest trip, so this is going to assign peak. So peak demand, so there is a total trip is the highest, then peak demand is 1, then 2, and lowest. And in this format, this is going to assign rank to these. And for the lowest, this is the lowest demand, like lowest total trip, so it is going to assign 1 for this lowest demand. So we already got our peak demand and low demand, but we do not need answer in this format only. We need answer, like we need this one column only. So we need to identify that month with the highest total trips, peak demand and low demand for each city. Like for Chandigarh, we need in which month this is the highest and which is the lowest. We need only two output for each city, highest and lowest. So let's start writing the final query. So in final query, I will just use this only, like, and in this table, what all the information we need, we obviously need these three. I will just write these. Okay, and apart from this, we need highest and lowest. We already seen that we can just write a case. At what condition? We will simply write that when peak demand is 1. So we got that we only need this highest value. We do not need these values, other values, on we need this lowest values only. So I will simply write that when this peak demand is equal to 1, then we are just going to assign this peak. And in the same way, we are going to write the condition for the low demand, like if low is 1, like here this 1, so this is going to take this value only, and we are going to assign this low. And I will just end this case as, and we are just going to assign the column name for this, and we are going to this name as demand. That is a suitable name. Okay, so we got this highest and lowest, and let me just run this query and get the idea that what output we are getting. Okay, so here we are getting one column only, that is demand. Like low demand is the minimum total trips and highest total trip is the peak. But apart from this, we are getting this null value. We do not need these null value. So how we are going to treat these values? So I will just write condition, that where we have already written the same condition in our previous videos. So I will just write where our peak demand. So one condition is this, and what other condition we need, that should be true. Only it will provide value when on these condition only. If peak demand is 1, then only it will give output, and when low demand is 1, then only it will provide output. Otherwise this is not going to provide output. And lastly, I will simply order by 1 is city, and next I will order by total trips in descending. Okay, that is all in the query. Let me just quick run this. And okay, so we got our answer. So in this Chandigarh, for the lowest, this is the low demand and peak. Okay, so first we got we have the low demand in the month of April, and we have the highest peak demand in the month of Feb in Chandigarh city. And in the, and we can get idea that So in this way we can write our query and we can get idea that where is the highest demand and where is the lowest demand. And apart from this, if we want to like save this query and present to our management, then we can just export this sheet. I will just click on this and it is going to like save in CVS form, or we can I can save in Excel format or any format, and I can save this query and I can just send this file to management or whoever is asking for the data. That is all in this query. In the next video we are going to solve our next query for our project. That is all in this. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more such videos. Thank you.